Okay, I'm just going to admit it. Selling my Seiko SARB033 a couple of years ago was probably the biggest watch collecting mistake I've ever made. If you've been in this hobby for a while now, you probably know about the legend of the Seiko SARB. I mean, it wasn't called the baby grand Seiko for nothing. I never really got over my SARB, but I didn't want to rebuy one because of the insane prices they're going for now, especially since Seiko discontinued it. I've kind of been on a hunt for a watch from a major brand that captures that same magic I had from the Seiko SARB. And after all these years, I think I finally found its successor. This is the Citizen NB1050, and I think it's gonna be a future classic. But there's a catch. Citizen is keeping this model as an exclusive for the Japanese domestic market. You can't just walk into your local boutique to buy this. That's no surprise though. Japanese brands love keeping their best watches for their local market. I mean, even the SARB was a JDM model to begin with. So when JP fans reached out to collaborate on a video, I knew this was the perfect opportunity for me to finally track down the Citizen. Now, JP Fans is a proxy service that gives you direct access to Japanese marketplaces, including the popular second-hand market Mercari, which is exactly where I found this Citizen. Now, full disclosure, they gave me some credits for a purchase on the platform, but I added my own cash on top of that to cover the cost of the watch. If you want to check out JP Fans and hunt down some JDM watches for yourself, check out my link in the description. You'll get $86 in shipping coupons by signing up through that link. After buying the watch on the platform, it took exactly 1 week to reach Portugal from Japan. The first thing I noticed when I unboxed the watch was the quality of the finishing. Seriously, the finishing on this caught me completely off guard. The combination of brush and polish facets on the case looks incredible. The brushing is fine and consistent, the polishing is almost mirror-like, and the case lines are so crisp they could cut through butter. The watch has a certain glisten that I can't quite quantify, but it makes it look and feel significantly more expensive than it is. I felt like I was handling a baby Grand Seiko. What makes this case even more impressive is that it has Citizen's Duratec coating. Now, getting a proprietary scratch-resistant coating on a watch at this price point from a major brand is kind of unheard of. Size-wise, you're getting a 38mm case, a 47mm lug-to-lug, and a slim case height of only 10.5mm. Those dimensions sit right in the Goldilocks zone for a GADA watch. You also get a flat sapphire crystal that looks like it has a healthy amount of AR coating. And that gives you an unobstructed view of the dial, which is great because that gray sunburst dial is just mesmerizing. Citizen offers this watch with a couple of different dial colors, but personally, I think this gray dial is where it's at. It looks elegant and versatile, and I think it's a change of pace from the usual GADA watches with white or black dials. The indices have a brushed top and polished facets on the side, and that combination of finishing makes them catch the light beautifully. And looking at the handset, it kind of gives me some Rolex Oyster Perpetual vibes. Everything on the dial looks incredibly well finished, even under a macro lens. I really wasn't expecting this level of fit and finish at the $400 price point from a Japanese watch. If you want to get this kind of finishing on a Japanese brand nowadays, you'd usually have to pay almost double the amount of money. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while now, you probably know that I love GADA watches. If you're also a fan of GADA watches, I have a comparison video coming out in a few weeks where I'll stack up 5 GADA watches across a wide range of price points. If you're new here and you don't want to miss that video when it comes out, hit that subscribe button down here. Powering this watch is the Citizen Caliber 9011, which is the premium in-house equivalent of their Miyota 9015 line. I've owned plenty of watches with the 9015, and I can easily say that it's my favorite movement below the $1,000 price point. Every single watch I've had with this movement has had incredible accuracy, and I love that smoother sweep on the seconds hand because of the higher beat rate. This 9011 caliber looks finished to an even higher level than the standard 9015, which is a really nice touch. All things considered, this is probably the best movement you can get in a watch at this price point. Okay, but hang on, it's not all perfect. There are some gripes about this watch that I really have to talk about. First, the handset. It just feels a bit too thin for the watch. I think it would look better if the hour and minute hands were just a bit thicker so that they can fill up the dial a little bit more. Second, and probably my biggest gripe with this watch, is the bracelet. The bracelet itself is good quality, but the design choices are just so frustrating. There's barely any taper on the bracelet, so it feels a bit bulky on the wrist. But the worst part about it are the male end links. They stick out so far that they increase the effective lug to lug length of this watch from 47 millimeters to 52 millimeters, which is really pushing it for my wrist size. And you can't easily swap it out for a strap either because Citizen somehow chose an odd 19 millimeter lug width. So if you have smaller wrists than I do and you want to get this watch, I'd highly recommend investing in some 19 millimeter straps. And finally, the clasp only has two micro adjustment positions, so you'll just have to pray to the watch gods if you want to get a perfect fit. All that being said, has the Citizen NB1050 actually cured my SARB hangover? Honestly, it comes incredibly close. It beats the SARB on paper with a superior high beat movement, a thinner case, and even that scratch resistant coating. But when it comes to pure charm, I don't know if I'd put this above the SARB. That being said, it's probably the closest I've got to capturing the feeling I had with the Seiko SARB all those years ago. If you've never had the chance to experience the Seiko SARB before they discontinued it and the prices just went absolutely crazy, do yourself a favor and check out the Citizen before they discontinue this too. But I want to know what you think. Is this the modern successor to the Seiko SARB, or do you think the title belongs to another watch out there? And is this NB1050 the best GADA watch under $500? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.